Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today we're going to do another yarn talk video. And of course, as you know, I cannot do any yarn talk videos without my faithful tea here, which today is a black tea with the flavor of tropical fruit. So it's just like a standard easy blend for this morning for me, but it's kind of nice even though it's gotten really autumny outside. So as you can see, I'm wearing my Happiness Poncho, which means yes, it's finished. Oh my god, it's been a while and I'm so happy I finished it. It's been about a month, a bit more than a month for me to wrap it up. I could have done it fast, of course, if I had not had to do recordings or done other crocheting projects in between. But you know, it's just nice to have different projects laying around, especially with different yarn weights, depending on your mood, basically. Some things you can just crochet along all the day out and you don't need to look on the patterns, and others you need to focus on patterns. Or also sometimes what I do find with the smaller yarns is that I more often need to have a break because it really takes some eye focus on catching some of the stitches and so on. Anyhow, I'm going to show you the final look, of course, because you can really difficult see it on the current video screen. So I'm going to see, and I do apologize, you will be missing my head. You can't even see it all here, but it points down nicely to the tip, which goes about like halfway down on my leg, actually, height-wise. That will be the side of it. As you can see, it's a nice good length for arms to still move and not have too much poncho to move around with. You could option to flip this 90 degrees so that these long bits would basically cover your arms instead. And then it would go to like here, a bit like a cropped top. So yeah, I'm really to say happy with this final result. So this is basically, I'm sorry you can't see it all, but that's basically how it looks like. And what I have left of this additional solid twisted skein that I added is like this, which is equaling approximately 30 grams. So I could maybe have added 2 more rounds if I really wanted to, but I decided that I was happy with the length, and then I have this yarn for another project, or it's just a piece of scrap for something else, who knows. That's a headache for another story, but what I am gonna do later today is I'm going to wind it up on my yarn winder, and of course put the label with it as well, so I know what yarn it is, for should I think, oh, that's just the perfect yarn for whatever project I need to finish up. So for the tutorial, I also spent some time yesterday because I finished up this Friday or Saturday last week. So I spent some time yesterday getting my partner to help me take some pictures of my poncho, how it looks, and it's bright and full for the tutorial, of course. And I also got him to help take pictures of my gloves and scarves and beret and everything. And I looked at the camera and they looked really great. I was really pleased. He transferred all the pictures to my USB stick and I entered them into my computer, and boom, the folder was gone. And he did not back them up because he was like, yeah, but they're placed on the USB stick. I never need to back them up. So I don't know what's happened. The USB stick was faulty, but for whatever reason, it kind of sucks because we have to redo the pictures. And yesterday was pretty much a really nice and sunny day to take them. So that's kind of, yeah, that's a bummer. So the tutorial is kind of delayed until we get the opportunity and time to take some new pictures of this lovely poncho in daylight so that you can actually see it from its very best angle. And of course, there will be other pictures as well. And some of them will be put on Instagram and of course for the tutorial. So the tutorial is very close to being wrapped up. I just need the last few bits, but I'm not sure that I can guarantee it's coming this week simply due to technical issues. Anyhow, I have, though, because I've worked so much on this poncho, not been able to proceed with the Virus Shawl. So our status quo is still the cutest baby virus kinda shawl ever. And that's also eventually becoming into a tutorial. Again, as you can see, it's gonna be quite some patience because I barely just started on it. But it will come eventually. So that's, it's progressing, it's just not as quickly as one would. But it's because I have so many things going on. And hey, life is life. You need to be in the mood to crochet and you need to have time for it. And I don't feel bad about, I don't feel bad about that I haven't been able to get on. I know that I will be able to crank it out in a decent time frame once I've recorded the most important parts for the tutorial. So it's just getting to the place where it's repeating yourself. But I did start with advice from another fellow YouTuber on my socks. And I increased the crochet hook size. So the pattern calls for a 2mm crochet hook and I increased it to a 3mm. I tried first 2.5mm and it still felt kind of small. So I did increase it to a 3mm hook, and right now I have done the first like 19-ish rounds. So like I've added another 14 or 15 rounds since the last yarn talk video, which makes it look like this right now. So the bottom part of the foot, once you have made the toe, is basically just double crochets, and the top part gets this lovely kind of V-stitchy pattern without really being it. So you do it like you start doing like you skip 2 stitches under 2 double crochets, then you chain 2, and then you enter another 2 double crochets in the stitch where you did the previous 2 double crochets. Then you skip 2, enter a double crochet, skip 2, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in that same stitch. So it does become a little bit of a V-stitch kind of feeling. I'm not sure if I can actually display this well enough, because so this is like, here you can see it, here is the like 2 and 2 and the singles in between. So it does give this kind of more of an airy pattern, as you can see, which is absolutely all right because I am gonna wear a pair of cotton socks underneath. I'm making this in this lovely blue Mayflower yarns, which is the first class sock yarn. Let's see, I have the label here. And this lovely Mayflower yarn. And it's, the yarn itself is made in Italy. So it's an Italian woven yarn, but it's manufactured for and designed by Mayflower, which is a Danish brand. It's 50 grams, gives you approximately 210 meters of yarn, and it can be washed at 40 degrees and it can be ironed, but don't dry or tumble it. It's 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon. So yeah, right now I did a fit actually last night, and the fit is quite decent actually. It's in the beginning, like when I look at it like this, I'm like, this looks so big compared to my feet. But I did take it on and it's not big at all actually. It's not like it's super tight, it's just like a decent fit. So I'm following the pattern and the exact instructions right now, even with anything except for that crochet hook size that I increased by from 2mm to 3mm. But size-wise, we still seem to be pretty much on the same page, so that's cool. I am going to add about, so this length is about, I think, 5.5 centimeters. And I need to get it to approximately 11, and then I need to start doing increases and room for heel and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm not able to explain you how I'm going to do that yet, because I've not gotten that far through the pattern, because when I just read the pattern without being at the place where I need to be to understand the pattern in this case, I think the pattern is a tad confusing to read. And I'm not really sure how I'll do each step. So it's kind of like, you know, when I get to the place, I'm like, okay, I need to understand where I am compared to where I am now. What I've also done is basically that I've rewritten the pattern in a more understanding way for myself, because then I don't need to concentrate as much when I need to make its sibling. Clever of me, I think. And then I write down this pattern in my best way of understanding how it's to be made. If any one of you would like my, let's say, translated version of this drops pattern, please let me know. I will be happy to share it if you feel like it's needed. But of course, I'm not sure actually. Like, I won't take any credit for it because of course it's drops pattern, but I guess sometimes people just need to read things in a different way. So if you need that, let me know. I'll be happy to convey it for you. The links for all my current projects and finished projects are in the description box down below. And another thing that you might have noticed if you checked in on YouTube as of yesterday is that YouTube has opened for my community tab. So for that, it's like, oh my God, I thought I was first able to get my community tab when I had reached like a 500 members or something like that, which I'm not even at yet. Like, I just got this message from YouTube saying, hey, you have new special functions available. Here is your community tab. And I'm like, oh my God, cool. I need to make a post. So I did. You might have noticed it. Let's celebrate the fact that I got my community tab. It's one step closer to you guys when I'm not necessarily having a video ready to post. And I'm quite sure that we'll be using that also in the future, especially if I see and catch any good deals. The last thing is, I failed yesterday. And in the sense of failing, I failed because I made an order of yarn with Hobby. I spent some of my hard-earned money because they had some yarns I wanted, and they had they actually also have a crochet hook that I ended up ordering because I would like to see how it is to work with the prim hooks. And the lowest small size prim hook, ergonomic hooks that I've been using for quite some of my projects lately, is 3mm, which is the perfect for the sock yarn. So I hope that's incoming this week. I'm curious to see if that's more comfortable to work with than my current 3mm hook that I'm using, which is like a simple crochet hook. But sometimes the grip feels a bit small and the yarn is small, and sometimes it's just nicer to have maybe a bit more of a handle. So that's pretty much it for now, I think. There will be a new yarn haul video coming out soon, within the next 2 weeks for sure. I hope there will also be within the next 2 weeks, hopefully, be a tutorial. One thing I know for sure is that on Monday we will most definitely have a new yarn talk video, and I do hope that I do have another project or two finished by then, because I do have a few smaller projects that I would like to whip up on top. Maybe, who knows, I'll have the first part of my sock ready. I'm not making a from start to finish video of this making of this sock because I just basically, it's cost me some energy to understand how this is put together. I'm probably gonna make more of them if I'm being happy with the result, and I can absolutely make from start to finish videos of those when I understand the pattern more. Yeah, if you're still watching, thank you very much for your support. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to my videos. Give it a like. It means that you like my content. It means that you're supporting me. And of course, ring the little notification bell so that you get notified whenever I do post a new video. Thank you very much. And thank you for making my community tab possible. And yeah, let's have lots of plenty yarny, enjoyable crocheting or maybe knitting adventures this week until we meet again. Take care. Bye.